morning, everyone. Thank you so much to be here in person over the live stream, or I'm also recording it on my YouTube channel if you want to watch past lectures or future lectures. My name is Eve Seiler, and I'm presenting you the raw vegan lifestyle, especially SOS-free, so salt, oil, sugar-free. Honestly, I don't have personally anything against salt, but my food doesn't need salt. That's the best thing. It doesn't need it. It's so flavorful. Yeah, it will be all 100% raw, everything from scratch. You could use dried spices, but I don't even have any dried spices here. So it's all raw. And today I'm also going to talk about a little bit of sprouting, but we are going to make raw dips like guacamole and other dips like hummus. So with some chips. Yeah. All right. Well, a lot of people here. That's great. How many are eating? Oh wow. Hopefully I'm making enough.
Raise my hand.
Well, a lot of you are also eating. That's great. Okay. So, but I'm going to talk a little bit. I haven't talked. I just have to switch the camera. Don't forget it. About sprouting. So, why do we sprout? First of all, we have here our seeds. I don't have, for hummus, usually you use chickpeas. You can sprout chickpeas. You just have to have the raw variety that's not heat treated, and it will sprout. You see something growing out, you have to see something growing out to be really sprouting. But it's kind of difficult to find really raw, untreated chickpeas sometimes. So you can just use lentils, and lentils always sprout. I never had any problems with sprouted lentils. So they look like this. Those are French lentils. You can use the brown lentils, the green lentils. They just have to be whole, so no split seeds. Split seeds will not sprout. And yeah, and then you just use a little amount. So this is 1 cup dry, and it'll become this here. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, so it's very, if you're on a budget, then, I don't want to look at anyone, then definitely buy the sprouted seeds. I mean the lentils, because you can make a lot of food out of a little bit.
How do you know when it's sprouting the most that you want it to sprout? Like, how many, you know what I mean? Like,
When it's enough?
yeah.
When it's enough sprouted, it really depends on you and your taste. So some people just do it really short. They soak it in water, and if it's edible, then they eat it. But I like to have a little bit of a tail, like maybe it's 1/3 of an inch or something, like a little bit of a tail. You can see it maybe.
Okay.
So do you?
You want me to pass this around?
Yes.
But you don't have this in the buffet too. I'm gonna use this for the food, so if nobody mind.
As long as it's closed.
Well, it has a screen here.
Okay. It's a teeny tiny tail.
Yeah, it's a teeny tiny tail, really. You have that in the cold bar as well. So this is how I like them too.
So you just put them in that.
Good morning. No worries, fine.
I know.
We have a seat, otherwise you might want to get chairs from the other room. That's okay. Yeah, so first of all, we make it edible. That's the first reason. See, it's a hard seed, and I don't want to make it edible with a machine. So I only eat foods that are made by nature, pretty much. So I don't use machines to make it edible. So this is edible, it's soft, and you can eat it. But there's other reasons why we sprout. Oh, my camera. Let me check my camera really quick. Sorry.
You're on there. It's all good.
Oh, it looks good.
So what's the process for the sprouting?
The process, yeah, I'll talk about that. But just, I want to talk about why I'm sprouting. So all the nuts and seeds and the legumes if they get dry and they are ready for storage, they have anti-nutrients first to preserve them. Those are natural, so they want to preserve them for longer periods of time, and they also want to prevent other animals to eat them. So they produce phytic acid to preserve them, and like tannins, those are enzyme inhibitors that are very bitter, that repel other animals or humans to eat them. So they don't taste good, and they also kind of upset your stomach. If you eat a raw, if you make a powder of this and you eat it, it would probably upset your stomach because you have all the enzyme inhibitors in there, and they will, they will disrupt your digestion. Same like this is more maybe for nuts and seeds, and this is more legumes, the lectins. Those are all that the plant produces for preventing other animals to eat them. And then what we can do, we either can cook it. This will destroy the anti-nutrients, or we can sprout it. This will activate the seed, wash away the preservatives, because this this is a storage for like phytic acid, especially as a phosphorus storage for the plant when it's about to grow. So it needs the phosphorus to grow. Okay, so how we do that? So I like to use a mason jar. Just a simple mason jar, and then I have a sprouting lid. I can move this around, but it's just like a simple lid. It's like a strainer and a band, and you can buy this in plastic or in stainless steel. This is stainless steel. It's not like the normal mason jar lids that rust immediately. And then you just put it on your jar. I have your sunflower seeds here. But yeah, it'll work with any kinds of seeds. You know, I always put 1 cup in here so I have enough room for it to grow. And then I add water. I soak it for overnight, or at least 5 to 8 hours. And then I drain it. I can drain it really easily because I have this sprouting lid that has these holes. Then I drain it and I rinse it very well, so the water is clear. You can already see when you rinse it the first time, this is where all the anti-nutrients and lectins come out. But while it's sprouting, so then you leave it drain. So you rinse it and drain it, and then you can use a plate, for example. I mean, there's other fancy methods and trays and everything, but if you don't have all this, a mason jar and a sprouting lid will be really, really good and easy. So you can use a plate and then tilt it so it gets the air from the downside, and yeah, you drain it. If it's drained, you can also just leave it like this too. But the most important is that you drain and rinse it twice per day. So you just let it sit until it sprouts, but you have to rinse and drain it twice a day. So in the morning and evening.
How many days?
Yeah, and then how many days is dependent on your liking. So then it will just grow. And then whenever you see them like this, I put them in the fridge if I don't use them right away. So then you can put them in the fridge and then use them in 3 days, 4 days maybe.
I'm confused as when you put it upside down. That's got a straining lid on it, so water's gonna come out of it, right?
Yeah, you want this.
And you do that at the.
You want to rinse and drain it, and then keep it drained. Keep it drained for 2 days. The soaking in water is only for the first night, for the first 8 hours.
Oh, okay. So you don't put it back in all that water again.
No.
You clean it up, rinse it out.
Exactly, and you keep it drained. Yeah, you do keep it drained, and that's why you can let it drain like this.
So there's enough water in there once you've done it for the 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah, the first soaking, because they're very dry now, but what it does, you put the water and then it soaks up all the water that it needs to just activate, like the first activation, the first soaking up in water, getting soft. But then after, it just needs to grow. It just needs to have a little bit of moisture, like any other plant. It doesn't want to be drenched in water. It just needs a little bit of moisture that you provide by
By the rinse and drain.
rinsing and draining twice a day. I should say rinse and
I've never seen those sprouting lids. Where do?
You can get them on Amazon.
Yes, yeah. You get them on Amazon.
Or Sprout People has them.
Yeah, Sprout People, you get them. I don't know if Whole Foods maybe has them too.
Do you have to leave those in the dark?
Not really. I just leave them on the counter, not like directly in sunlight. But no, I don't have to use it in the dark.
And once you put them in the fridge, are you still draining and rinsing or stop?
I pretty much stopped doing that. It's not that important. Well, the rinse and drain. It's important to give them moisture, but also important to wash away the bacteria that might develop here. So that's why you have to. But if you put it in the fridge, the moisture kind of stays in, and also you prevent spoilage in the fridge. So you could, before you use it, it doesn't hurt for sure, but I definitely don't do it twice a day. I just do it whenever I use it, or yeah. So
How do you keep the bacteria? One time I tried to grow them and I was doing great, but then one time I got sick. How do you?
what did you sprout?
I don't remember. It might have been broccoli sprouts. I can't remember.
Broccoli
which
sprouts?
one it was.
Yeah, broccoli sprouts, they should sprout pretty well too. Sometimes it's the
very easy.
germination rate that could lead to spoilage. If you have a low germination rate, that means not all the seeds will sprout,
Right.
and some do not sprout and they just sit there, then they spoil and they ruin all other seeds. So then you can do it as right as much, but it still will spoil. So that's the other thing. You really have to check, does every seed spoil? Does every seed sprout? If there's one seed that doesn't sprout, it will most likely spoil. So that's really important. With broccoli seeds, usually they should sprout really well unless they're got a little bit older.
Maybe.
The storage, well, I do store them in the counter, but sometimes the temperature gets too hot, or then the germination rate goes lower.
So when you put them in the refrigerator, will they continue to sprout?
Not really. Maybe very, very slowly. They kind of go in a dormant state. But yeah, I wouldn't keep them too long in the fridge either, like only 3 days or maximum 4 maybe. Yeah.
To prevent the bacteria of germ, do you recommend soaking it?
Like hydrogen peroxide?
Hydrogen peroxide for food?
I never did that. So to really prevent that from spoiling is you just want to rinse and drain them twice per day, at least.
In room temperature.
In room temperature, yes. If you have like that could also be a reason, it's like a really hot kitchen, then you might want to rinse it more, or you just put it in the fridge a little bit here and then to just cool it off a little bit. But usually that should prevent it. Just really rinse and drain it twice per day, and then keep it drained so it doesn't sit in water. The bacteria grows when it sits in water, where you have something that's didn't
How
sprout.
many days on the counter?
It depends on your liking. So those were sprouted for 2 days. It just takes 2 days. It's really quick. The first day we will see like a little sprout, and then the second day is enough. And then if you keep those a little bit longer, then they actually will develop leaves here too. So you still can eat them.
When does
It's fine.
it become a microgreen, or is that totally different?
Yeah, the microgreen is when it has the leaves.
So
A
it's a lot.
sprout is
So
those
does-
don't have a
does the
leaf.
sprout become a microgreen? Or
Yeah.
If you keep going?
Mhm. Pretty much.
So if you took some from the sunflower seeds, that would become,
Yeah, here I have whole sunflower seeds raw. They will sprout a little bit. They also will develop some leaves, but they will not be pretty, because for the microgreen sunflower seeds, you want them with a hole. Then they have nice, beautiful microgreens. These will kind of sprout too, but they're a little bit damaged because they got holes, so some are a little bit damaged. But they still sprout really well if they're not heat treated before.
but microgreens don't have to be done in soil?
Depends. It depends. It is nicer because you can remove the little hole that always is on the top of it, and then you just cut them. But like broccoli sprouts, those are kind of microgreens, and I would also put them in there. So you can do it in there too. But with sunflower seeds, for example, if you have the whole, then it's nicer if you have it on the tray. It's a little bit, yeah, microgreens usually do on a tray. Sprouts you can do it in a jar. Anyone else?
That was kind of
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's really so simple. If you have green lentils at home,
Yes.
and you don't even have a sprouting lid, you can also use a strainer, and you just have to wait until it drains really well, and then you just let it sit like this, maybe slightly a lid on top. But yeah, you can start right away with the sprouting. Yes?
So the raw sunflower seeds they sell at Trader Joe's, can you sprout them?
Not sure. Sometimes they're not technically roasted or anything, but sometimes they are heat treated. So, and they're sold as still as raw. There's no certification for being raw, really. Some people use it, but it's not official. Yeah, I had sunflower seeds that were supposed to be raw, not roasted, and I soaked them in water, and they were all brown, and they didn't do nothing. They shouldn't be, I mean, the water kind of turns a little bit brownish, but not like super brown. So it's kind of a trial and error sometimes, but lentils definitely will sprout. Yeah. And here I have buckwheat too. So buckwheat is one thing that you can sprout. It's sometimes difficult to get the seeds. They're nicely sprouting. That's the tricky part sometimes, you know. And if you have a low germination rate, not all seeds sprout, then you might have spoilage. And it is really annoying. It is, I totally get it. But, you know, if you get buckwheat, sometimes I get it from Amazon, and then I look at the reviews and I ask, do they sprout? Do they really sprout? And then if the seller says, yeah, they're for sprouting, and they don't sprout, then you can just return them. Yeah, it is really annoying. Buckwheat is a little bit tricky sometimes, but green lentils I never had problems with them. Yeah, so sprouted buckwheat is really high in silica, calcium, iron, zinc, selenium, so that's why I don't eat it very often, but sometimes I have phases where I do it. And then lentils are very high in iron, folate, potassium, fiber, of course, everything is loaded with fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, so and protein. I don't put protein here, but everything has protein. And then sunflower seeds, vitamin E is really good. This is how they look if they're activated and sprouted a little bit. You know, sunflower seeds I don't really sprout, honestly. I just soak them in water and then use them. Those are a little bit different because those are not the ones with the hull. So it really depends. Like nuts and seeds, I only soak in water overnight and then I use them. Because they don't have that hull, they're not supposed to be sprouting really into a microgreen or something bigger. But you do see that the sunflower seeds, they open up a little bit when they are activated, and the little tail is kind of growing out a little bit. When they're heat treated, they don't really open up, so they just stay like this. And here is an example of sprouting versus blooming like rice. So if you sprout anything, you really want to see the little tail. You see the little tails out of the rice coming out. This is what you really want. You just don't want to soak anything and make it soft. See, it splits apart a little bit, but that's not like the sunflower seeds. It's just really mushy and soft. This rice was heat treated before, and this was really truly raw rice that is able to sprout. So what's happening if you have a seed that was heat treated and it's not able to live anymore, or to sprout, then you kind of just soften it up. It's edible, but it's not raw. It's not alive. Rice. Most rice don't sprout. Most black rice don't sprout. I got one rice from Whole Foods, a black brown rice. It's round and black. That is able to sprout. That was the only rice really that sprouted. It doesn't taste like rice. It doesn't taste like rice. It tastes more like oats. It's still crunchy. So yeah, that's why probably most people know this here. Yeah, but back to the food. And I'm going to change this here for the julienne here. So
So a
today,
question on the rice.
Yeah.
Is this like, what rice are you buying that can possibly sprout? Like white rice? Isn't that shelled? Or I'm not quite sure how rice works. You eat it all the time, but I'm not quite sure how.
yeah,
How you sprout.
there's one. Yeah, but rice is really, really tricky. Pretty much I wanted to tell you, like, if you have bloomed rice somewhere, it's not raw. It's not raw. It needs to be looking like the picture on the left, where you see a little tail, and it still has a lot of texture to it. If it's just soft, then it's totally not raw. It's important to know. I mean, maybe you can tolerate it and maybe you like it. That's up to you, but it's not raw. So sometimes it's important to know what is really raw, because you want to treat or get rid of a specific issue. You have allergies, you have migraines, they don't go away, and you think you're 100% raw. It doesn't work, you know. So it's important to know. I have one brand. I can put it on my YouTube, on the description. When I remember that brand, I have it at home. That's definitely sprouting. This is definitely sprouting. Yeah, but I can't tell you right now which rice that is. And the germination rate was really great, so it's really great. Unfortunately, I don't have that rice here today. Maybe next time I'm gonna make a dish with it. But they don't have it in the kitchen, so. All right, back to the food. So I'm gonna make guacamole for a dip. We can also start with the sticks first. So carrot sticks are actually really, really tasty, to be honest. And you can use like beautiful big carrots, not the baby carrots that are not really baby carrots. And I like to, if I have organic carrots like this, I also like to use the peel. And then I just cut them like this, maybe little sticks. The knife is very dull, so I'm pretty safe here.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Yeah, like chips like this. You know, it sounds boring, like carrot sticks and a dip. But those taste better than chips. Really. I promise. And they look pretty, like especially the red ones. Yeah, and chips, how many chips can you eat really? I mean, if they have oil and fried and, you can't really eat that. Well, I guess I was a little bit compromised with my liver. I could never really eat a lot of chips. Like a few only make me feel sick. So yeah. So that's not really enjoyable if you eat but even if you eat a whole bag, okay? You want to eat a whole bag, but how do you feel after? Right? Not good. It's
I
like,
refuse to answer that.
and eating these kind of chips, you just feel great, and you could eat like so many of it and still feel great. You go running after. I love this color here too. Just the normal carrot color. Yeah, so I really like carrot sticks, and they have a jicama. You know jicama? Oh, oops. Well, I get it later. I did forget the potato peeler.
How do you pick a good jicama?
What?
How do you pick a good jicama?
A good jicama. Well, there's not so many jicamas to choose from. It's like if you see one, sometimes they're kind of like waxy. I never get them if they're waxy, like if they have like thick wax on them. This is a good one actually. Got it from the kitchen. Yeah, it doesn't have this waxy, and it's just hard.
Have you used the Trader Joe's one that comes in the bag?
Huh?
Have you used the Trader Joe's one?
Oh, the tacos,
The jicama.
Oh, the wraps?
the wraps.
No, just jicama.
Does it come
Cut up.
cubed already?
Yeah,
It's already.
yeah, it's already cut up.
Well, then you have to be okay with the cuts, but I don't really like to buy cut things too much. I really want a potato peeler. Sorry, I forgot one. Maybe someone back there could open the kitchen and ask for a potato peeler. If someone is there, sometimes they're not in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't think it's that either.
All right, I got this jicama, but I need the potato peeler for something else too. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
Just a question, why you peel the jicama and not the carrots?
Well, the jicama, I'm not sure if it's an organic one. Because jicama, I've never seen an organic jicama in the store. So I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen that those are organic. So then I'm safe to use the peel. Anything that is not organic, I'm not really too confident to use the peel. It's just, you could use the peel if it's not waxy. This one is not waxy, so I'm wondering, well, maybe I could use the peel.
They're kind of tough.
The other reason is they're a little bit tougher than carrot peels. So see the peel, it's a little bit tough too. So it's not usually my preference like that. Yeah, you might have a different method to cut them a little bit nicer. Or to definitely present it nicer on the plate. I'm always not that great with presenting a food, but I mean, it's delicious. Still delicious. Okay, I'll leave this for now. And then, yeah, but you can also use napa cabbage for chips. There's also the small napa cabbage that is purple. That is really nice for chips. You can use it like a taco kind of boat if you want. Yeah, I really like the small purple ones if you find those. They have them in Whole Foods sometimes. And then there's also endive. These are the little ones. You can just also peel them up, and they're very much tinier. They're also really good as a dip. Then kale, you can use kale too as a, yeah, why not, right? Yeah, you can use kale. Raw, I really love raw kale. You can use cucumber too. Cucumber is a good dip. Yeah, I also peel the cucumber. Sometimes the cucumber peel is soft, but this one is really hard. At least it's not oily or waxy. If it's waxy, I definitely peel it, no matter what. This is not waxy, but it's kind of tough. So.
What's wrong with wax?
Oh, it's waxy is artificial wax that they put on the vegetables to preserve it, or some kind of oil or something.
How can you tell if it's wax?
It looks waxy. It feels waxy.
Oh my
Wow,
God.
it's raining hard, huh? Yeah, this one is not waxy, you can tell.
I can check this one.
I mean, it's kind of squeaky if you go through it, so it's not waxy. So when it's waxy, it's like really like a cream. Oh, be careful with the camera, please. Sorry. If you guys would scoot over there, maybe.
You wanna go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go a little bit more to the left. Yeah.
So
Just don't move this camera.
it's very flimsy construction there. Yeah, the cucumber also cuts like the carrots pretty much, like in different sizes.
Oh, no, that's okay.
It's a really nice dip. And it's like the noodles. The secret is in the sauce. Here, the secret is in the dip. You know, not really the noodles and the chips. You know, it's all the sauce. The flavor is in the sauce and the dip. So it doesn't really matter too much. Okay. What else can I use for? Of course. Yeah, bell peppers you can use. You can use like really anything you want. Celery sticks. I mean, sometimes the celeries are a little bit tough. I never use celery sticks, honestly, but maybe. I mean, you know, celery sticks probably. Yeah, that would be my kind of chips. I mean, not very pretty assembled, but you get the idea. Then let's just make the guacamole with avocados, of course. And I have a new method that I really like to make guacamole with a food processor. I had that idea from, well, one day I was lazy and I was hungry and I went to Whole Foods and I got endives and carrots, like the produce section, like some kind of sticks that I could use. And I got the guacamole, the house-made guacamole. It has salt though. A little bit of salt, yeah. But it was fresh, it was all raw. And I tasted it and said, wow, how is it so creamy? And then I made myself guacamole and it wasn't creamy. Like, it's like a wonder. And then, maybe their secret is they use a food processor. So if you use a food processor, it really gets really creamy. So we're gonna use it today. See how dull this is? Oh yeah, I have enough time to do it. And then also, they kind of put the tomatoes were not cut small in little pieces. They were kind of like in a swirl above it. So we can do that too with a food processor. Just add some cherry tomatoes. I do it first because the avocado will kind of make it too creamy, and then I'd rather have a little bit of tomato in the avocado than avocado in the tomato swirl. So, but it's up to you. It's probably not a big deal. And then I also have a little of the what is it? Serrano? Serrano pepper. I like the ones that are red, but this one was green. It's okay. It's a little spicier. I don't even know how spicy that is. They're very spicy?
They're
Oh, not that.
on the spicy side, more than jalapeno. But
Did you
it's
include the
the
seeds?
serrano.
You threw the seeds in there?
A few.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay, that's pretty much it. This is all really what I put in here. The tomatoes, and then let me just see. I have to make sure that the knife is all the way down, and then it should work. actually we made a little tomato sauce. Here real quick. Set this aside. We have too much stuff here in the front so you can see that. There's a lot of food. With this lifestyle, it's about abundance. It's not about restriction. It's not about dieting. It's about really eating until your stomach is really, really full. Doesn't matter if you have to lose weight. You will lose weight on this diet. I lose weight if I don't exercise. I have to exercise to keep my weight. So it's really, and I'm stuffing my belly full, so I'm never getting hungry. And if you eat natural like this, your body will naturally tell you like this is too much fat, and you know the fat feels really heavy. And if you overeat one day on nuts and seeds, it doesn't matter. Next day you probably don't want to overeat on nuts and seeds because it digests very slow. You know, you get like clogged up a little bit if you eat too many nuts and seeds. But it won't harm you. It doesn't make you addicted to it. Yeah, the problem with the other foods we're eating is they're making us addicted. That's why we're eating them. Not because they make us feel good. Really.
And you don't use onion or garlic, right?
Today, no.
Oh. But typically, do you put that in your?
The thing is, with onion and garlic, everything tastes good, right? You put
Yes.
onion and garlic on it and it will taste good. But this is a little bit of a challenge, especially if you come from a fast, where onions and garlic can be very irritating.
Got it.
And it's still irritating to me actually. So I do eat onions and garlic sometimes, but I feel like it doesn't do my digestion that great. So today I decided I don't want to have any onions and garlic, so we gotta make it tasty without onion and garlic. Hopefully. So we have like around 2 avocados. I like to use half a lime per avocado, but this knife is so dull. Okay. And I put the lime right in here for mixing it. Should be enough, but I'm not sure. It's always questionable how much acidity you put in because every lime, every lemon will taste different. Okay, let's just try it with 1 lime and 2 avocados and then see what happens. Every time this knife is just coming off.
Yeah, I usually put that down first and then put the tomatoes in. Or the avocado or whatever.
Yeah, I can't move this here around and I'm a little bit limited with this. I have a different food processor at home. It's like a food chopper. So it should be the same. I mean, it does mix it up. If you want your guacamole lower fat and more volume, You can also add celery. I did that before. The celery is also green, so you won't see it.
What?
Huh?
You got peas too.
Peas? Oh yeah, peas probably would be good too. It just tastes this has enough acidity. Pretty good. And yeah, it is green. I don't know. It's like the food processor and the lemons when it just mixes it up. Kind of whips it up or something. Of course, if you don't want to use a food processor, I didn't mention that, but guacamole is very, very easy to make with a simple fork. You just smash the avocado. But it's kind of like whipped a little bit. It's a very tiny amount for a. You should maybe make more of this. It's like so little. And we have so many people to eat, right? Should I make a little bit more? Yes. I still have 2 avocados here. Let's just make the same amount maybe. And then I hope I can get to the hummus and well, it's actually really quick. I mean, the most work is to get the food to clean up after, but making it is really, really easy. Alright, avocado here. If you have any questions, you can of course always throw them in here.
Where do you get your avocados? They're so perfect.
Ask the kitchen.
Is that cilantro and are you gonna put it in?
Yeah, cilantro, yes. Where do you live?
Mexico.
You get good avocados, do you?
Yeah, but it's still, no, you get tons of avocados, but to get the exact right consistency, so.
Oh, okay. You have to well, if you get them like really fresh from the market, they're usually like really rock hard. But that's okay. You just have to wait for 4 days, sometimes 5 days. They'll let you know too. How long should I wait? And yeah, and then just a little touch to it, and then if you wait too long, then they're brown. Just have to. It's a trial and error with. Okay, so yeah, I think 1 lime per 2 avocados, or half a lime per 2 avocados. This is what I usually do, but it's up to you how much acidity you want, and also up to the lemon or citrus that gives you the acidity.
You gonna put any pepper in it?
Pepper, like black pepper.
That serrano pepper?
Oh, I have it in the tomato sauce that comes on top.
I wouldn't put any more in it.
You would not put any more?
No.
You think it's spicy?
Quite spicy.
Okay. Yeah, it gets it really creamy. It's really. I did not know that really. I mean, you don't need any tools to make guacamole, apparently. But it's definitely a nice taste.
Would you use an immersion blender?
Maybe. I think so, yeah.
Because I hate the cleanup.
I know. Cleanup is a little bit. Yeah, you usually, I mean, guacamole, you don't need a lot of cleanup if you do it with a fork. But if you want to use, if you're using the food processor anyway or something else, like we could do the another salsa in it and just have a little bit of extra avocado in here and clean it up like that. Alright. And then now the bowl is getting too small. The cilantro, yeah, I love cilantro in guacamole. But I don't put it in the food processor. I mean, you could probably, but it gets sometimes too chopped up, too mushy in the food processor. If you want a really green guacamole and really blend the greens in, you could do that. But I do like also to use to see a little about the chopped herbs. It's really up to you. You can do whatever you want, really, to your liking. With a raw food preparation, nothing can go wrong. Because I don't have to make this food edible. It's already edible as it is. And the flavors don't really change much. And especially if you use just a few ingredients, that's a lot of cilantro. Yeah, I got inspired by Whole Foods to make this guacamole. They use garlic and salt though. But I find since I make it with a food processor, it kind of tastes just really similar. Because it's just the creaminess.
Why don't you use garlic?
It's difficult on your digestion, especially if you come from a fast. And then we have this here, and they just put it like on the top, and they swirled it in like this. Just on the top a little bit. So that's the Whole Foods guacamole. But not all the Whole Foods has. Oh, we're not dying today. Thank you, though. Not all the Whole Foods has this kind of guacamole. The other Whole Foods I went to, they had the guacamole that was chunky, like prepared with a fork or with a potato. I don't know. Yeah. So that tasted different too. It sounds like I'm eating guacamole at Whole Foods all the time. I had some kind of face, but yeah. We have a little bit of extra here, and we can also make more salsa kind of type. But I want to make the hummus really quick. Because I mean, we talked about sprouting all the time, and I'm not using it. For that, I will have the high-speed blender, and I'm using all of my sprouts.
These are lentil sprouts.
Yes, those are French lentil sprouts. Yeah, it's not like a traditional hummus with chickpeas. Like you can use any sprouted legumes.
You can sprout the chickpeas and use that?
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. So it's going to, usually I always used sunflower seeds or tahini or sesame for a hummus. But if you want to do it fat-free, you can use a zucchini. I never did that before, so I'm a little bit hesitant to do that, but we just do it an experiment and see how it tastes. I've heard good stories about it, so we're just gonna try it. But usually they also use chickpeas, so now I'm using French lentils for it. Here I'm removing the peel because I want this to be more lighter color. But you can probably leave the peel on. So it's a zucchini. Instead of the tahini, I'm using zucchini. We'll see what happens. It will be a complete fat-free
What does tahini made of?
Sesame. It's 100% sesame. There's one brand, Artisana, which makes really nice raw tahini. But I still prefer to use the whole sesame seeds for this, or I use sunflower seeds too. So any fatty, creamy nuts and seeds will do here.
What is the big yellow thing that I can't see it on the cabbage? On
The big
plate of
yellow?
the cabbage.
We've got long yellow.
Yeah,
This
the-
here?
No,
the long yellow thing.
it's a vegetable.
Oh, the papaya?
Oh,
It's a papaya. Actually, hopefully I get to it. Probably. Well, let's make the hummus first. And we use a lemon for this. Yeah, the secret is really to use a lot of lemon. Because the legumes, they take a lot of the flavor.
Did you soak the garbanzo beans or did you buy them canned?
Oh, no, canned, no. Canned is not raw. They're cooked. If I sprout the garbanzo beans, yeah, they definitely have to be dried. Then they're raw.
How long do you soak them?
Just like the other seeds, just for overnight. Like the initial soaking is for every nuts and seeds. It's pretty much the same, just overnight. And then rinse and drain. And then it depends if you want it to grow. Oops. Careful in the first row. If you want it to grow into a sprout, or you just want to soak it, or it's up to you.
How long does it take to sprout them?
That depends which ones. The garbanzo?
Yeah.
Also like 2 days. Okay, I only added pretty much the zucchini, the sprouted lentils, and the lemon. That's all. We'll see what happens. This is the first time I make this. Like a hummus, so that's pretty good. Herbs, yeah, what kind of herbs can we put? We can also add cilantro. I have mint here actually. Mint and hummus, just that. I'm stretching it really. This will be it. You can't call this hummus anymore.
You're pushing your luck with the mint in the
Yeah.
I know. Or ginger.
Moroccan mint.
Should we? A little, no, maybe not. Maybe we just keep it simple. Maybe just like that. And then you can decide what other flavors. Of course, you can add garlic to
usually
it.
good.
Huh?
Red pepper is usually good.
Red peppers? Yeah, that would be good too. We can also use this here on top of that. Red peppers will make it more liquid. I'm concerned about the consistency here. Because I didn't add any water, but it's already very liquid.
Lots of water and zucchini.
Yeah. Alright. Well, let me try it like this first and then see what happens. It's not bad.
But is it good?
Wonderful, not bad.
No, it's actually good. I'm surprised. To make a salsa and to clean up our food processor.
Dr. Edwin, I got an appointment, I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, okay. You can also make a salsa liquid and then put the mint in there. Yeah, I just add bell peppers. I want to use this mint. I mean, I got this mint on the fridge.
I know that vegetables that are not organic, can you just soak it in a gallon of water with the baking soda, not take it in baking soda?
Well, it would help. It depends on the pesticides that has been used. Some more tomatoes. Maybe a little bit of ginger. I got ginger here too. Ginger really tastes very fresh. I mean, it's better to buy organic, but if you don't have organic, it's better to have the vegetable than eating an organic packaged product or organic meat, you know. Then I would rather prefer the organic, the non-organic produce. Just add some lemon here. This is like a salsa. This will be a very exotic flavor.
What was the last thing you put in?
Lemon, ginger,
Ginger.
bell pepper, and tomatoes so far. We can add some oregano maybe too. Sometimes you can go crazy with the herbs that you have. You just try something new. Probably said that oregano fresh tastes not like oregano. It tastes completely different. So we will see what happens here. And I have the mint. Almost done here. Maybe I add everything in the food processor now. And the little serrano thing. It was there somewhere.
God has removed it from the ingredients.
God doesn't want me to use it. Okay, maybe that's right. Maybe that's right. Okay, we have ginger in here. The knife is crooked now. I would struggle with this food processor all the time.
Yes.
Cilantro would be good in here too. Let's see what happens to the cilantro if I just add it. It's not bad. It does chop it pretty nicely without getting. If you chop or process too much an herb with a tomato, then it'll turn brown. And you don't want that. Definitely not for. Some tomatoes didn't really go down here. Yeah, but this is how you make like a salsa really quick with your food processor. And the other advantage here, because you said, oh, I don't want to have so much cleanup. Your food processor is almost clean. Just a little bit of water rinse. Because the tomatoes that don't have the fat kind of cleaned it up, and the lemons. It just needs a little bit of blending.
But it's all the parts that you have to make sure.
The parts?
The rest of the parts of the.
Yeah, but it doesn't, it was just a little bit of avocado. That doesn't bother us here. Yeah, it does look really nice. So it has the mint in here and the cilantro. So it's a very exotic salsa. The food processor didn't really mix up all my ingredients here, but I think that's pretty much what I wanted to make. Here's a little bit extra for the guacamole, the tomatoes. They're not chopped like a regular guacamole tomatoes. They're just as a swirl on top. A little bit more here. And yeah, that's about it for today. If you have any more questions, I will taste it for you, for all the people that are not eating. Oh, yes. Well, this lifestyle includes a lot of fruit. Does include a lot of fruit. I recently heard someone saying like, oh, isn't it too much sugar? But what else should I eat? I mean, if I don't get simple sugars from fruit for calories, I have to get fat, or I have to get starches, which are kind of like simple sugars from fruits, like potatoes, which metabolize into sugar pretty much in the body. Even worse because the fiber is not intact, so it is actually spiking your blood sugar even more. And if I don't want that, then I have to get the calories from fat or protein. And fat slows your digestion very much. It interferes with your microbiome and your digestion. Too much fat. And then protein is really not a good fuel source. A lot of people in the gym, they sabotage them with drinking a protein shake before they work out. This is not what you need. You need the protein, the nutrition, you need it after. When you use your muscles, you need simple carbohydrates for energy. This is the most important you need. And protein does not burn clean. It's not the primary fuel source. The primary fuel source is carbohydrates. Like protein, if it burns, it creates ammonia because the protein, the amino acids have an amino group in it. So that is transformed into ammonia and the body has to get rid of it. So that's why simple carbohydrates. So yeah, fruits. So this lifestyle has a lot of simple carbohydrates from fruits because I need energy on this diet for sure. So if you want to make a simple breakfast in 1 minute, because we don't have any more time, you take a, I don't have a spoon anymore to spoon it out. Usually you would use, well, maybe I use this. You take the papaya, and the seeds are also really beneficial as a medicine for parasites, for example. You can eat a small amount of them, but if you want a really quick breakfast, then you cut your plantain, oops, and you add some more fruits on it, and that's pretty much it. And then you can spoon it out like this. If you have a good plantain, papaya. I have plantain there too, but this is a papaya. And then you just spoon it out and you're done. You can add more fruits to it. You can add, kind of got messy today. You can add banana, plantain.
Don't you have to cook the plantain?
That's a good question. No, you don't. If it's ripe, and you might see plantain ripe in Mexico, for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get nice produce in Costa Rica, Mexico maybe too. Like you really have to go to the farmers markets and the grocery stores. I don't know. People nowadays everywhere eat a lot of junk food. It's
Produce is abound.
Okay, that's good. So this one, it is a little bit still hard, so I would definitely keep this a little bit longer till it gets soft. It will ripen and it will taste really, really good. Very sweet, very nice, but it's a little bit, you can touch it, maybe it needs a little bit more softness. And yeah, so what I eat in a day, it's almost here. I just eat more greens to it. I eat more bananas to it. You can track your calories. You know, for breakfast I eat 700,000 calories just on fruits.
How many calories?
700,000.
No, 700 or 1,000. 700, 1,000, 700, up to
1,000.
Up to 1,000 calories or sometimes more. I mean, I don't count. And
how long does it take a person who hasn't done that? How long does it take their gut biome to?
it really depends on the individual.
Yeah,
It
so-
does depend on the individual.
What foods are plantains like bananas and they help bind stuff together?
It really depends on the individual. You have to determine what is the food that I still can tolerate if it's really difficult for you to eating raw. What is the food that I can still tolerate? If it's just apples, just eat apples. Just eat 10 apples for breakfast. You know, you don't have to have a lot of variety right now. And it will change.
That's getting ready.
It will change that you will be able to tolerate more food. Yeah, so that was it for today. I'm going to try it for you. So I already tried. I tried this. I didn't try this year. Let me see. Oh, that's good. Yeah, this is actually really good. You see the spiciness of the guacamole. I have to try this before you try it. Really good. I knew it's not gonna be spicy.
What's the green thing?
Kale.
That's kale. Yeah, it's up to you what kind of chips you like. I really like that food. This is a little bit bland right now, but it does have the creamy consistency. And if you add some more herbs, spices, whatever you like, you can add some of this here too. This will be delicious. I know that already. That's about it. Thank you so much. And if you want to know more, I have a little guide. I have some ebooks too, but I will send you all the information on a little guide with some recipes. Why you have to be raw. If you leave me your email, I almost forgot. Sorry. Hopefully everyone has time, but yeah. So I will send you an email, and then you just have to click the link to access the little ebook. So,
Okay.
if you want to try it, you can get a plate and just help yourself. I think it's probably the easiest option.
We just need to be really careful on the camera.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Hey, good to see you. You look fantastic. Yeah. I was like, hey, I didn't know this girl. We went to the red eyes and everything. Fantastic. Thanks. Oh wow. You look nice. You're so cute. No, I don't reach it. Yeah, not good for my hair. All right. Okay, talk later. Bye.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Try the guacamole? Try the guacamole? It's creamy, huh? Isn't it more creamy than...
What's your PhD in? What's your PhD in?
Bioorganic chemistry.
How did you get into
Getting older and getting more sicklish. I realized like, damn, I know all this stuff, but I don't know how to eat.
There's nothing like aging to change your perspective.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And living in your body and realizing like, wow, for me this is not good for me.
Question. You said about the hummus, about you didn't want to use sesame because it's oil.
No, well, I do like to use that with sesame. 100%, yeah. I usually use sesame.
When it's oil free, is it like the actual pourable oil or like oil itself?
Oh, fat free. This is pretty much fat. I mean, less, very reduced fat, almost no
Yeah,
fat.
it's wrong, except for the avocado.
You want to cut anything?
I think it's a palette.
Well, it was more just, you can't really clean it, like.
Yeah. It's kind of messy today here. Oh, this needs a spoon. Let's and then you can use
The water sprouting.
I don't know, this already has that in it.
I like that. Have you? I think I did use raw seeds.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I made a drink today here with papaya seeds.
But I think
Because
having the
I work a lot with animals these days and they're giving me parasites.
Things are pretty easy to see.
Yeah, just perfect.
Yeah, well, this
Anyone
seems
can
like-
get
Yeah,
parasites.
it's okay, you can see it's not organic.
Yeah,
Specifically
right.
for sprouting.
And also like you have to
Not
be
sure.
home.
I don't think this is a particular certified
Yeah.
organic. It's definitely not a GMO one.
Yeah, Whole Foods that get.
When we would go on road trips, I'd take them with me.
Yeah, nobody
And
really
it was
has
like
because
traveling with your hedgehog.
but it's okay. It's, I mean, it's not
The hedgehog
certified.
is, I get that
The
with chia
most
seeds. I
important
use
is
a lot
that
of chia
it's
seeds.
white and nice.
But I just soak them and then I blend them with fruits.
Good to
But I
see
didn't
you.
realize it. You know, you just have to think.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Great class.
Thank you. Leave me your email.
I told Nick I saw you, and he said to say hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello.
You made so many things.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so much, so little time, right? I mean, if I wouldn't talk, it would be even quicker.
Do you ever use a Thermomix?
Thermomix.
Thermomix. It's from Germany.
What is that?
It's like a really fancy blender.
Oh, it's a blender. Well, yeah. Here in the USA, I use the American stuff. It's pretty good. Me personally, I have a Blendtec.
I have one. It's great.
Yeah.
A little noisy.
The kale is really nice. I like kale for this. Yeah, I wonder about this. I never did that. I kind of like that. It's not bad.
So aren't the seeds, or the seeds from the papaya, aren't they peppery? The seeds from the papaya, aren't they peppery? The taste?
You want to taste them?
No.
They are peppery.
But they're okay to eat them?
Yeah.
So if you made a smoothie, you could add like a couple spoons in there?
Yeah, they kind of like pepper. Yeah, people replace papaya with like pepper.
Yeah.
Sorry about the email. I was gonna throw it around earlier. Let me know how you like it, especially this one, which was an experiment. I
You
think
know
it
what,
was
the mint is really good at
Isn't
it.
it?
It's perfect.
Yeah, isn't it? I never really use mint because like, oh, it doesn't fit nowhere. But then I add it somewhere and it does fit really well.
Everything. Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
Oh yeah, before it's gone. That's guacamole.
That's the hummus.
That's hummus, and that's
It's bland but good.
Well, I wanted to make it without. Can you try it?
Yes.
It was good, no?
It was okay.
It was okay.
I really was
What do you call it?
surprised.
It was
Salt?
not that.
Oh, no,
Oh.
what you keep saying.
You get your
From the kitchen. It's a good question because I don't really buy papaya a lot because I don't really buy
That's a lot
it
of papaya.
so nicely. But every time I come here, they have like the best papaya.
Alright, thanks.
You want some guacamole?
Hard to find papayas where we live. I mean, they have them, but they're not very good.
Yeah, if you're really hooked on garlic and onions, then you can add them to it. But I just want to show you that it can be tasty without.
I think you're right.
My wife was in the tea store in Congo. Every morning she had papaya, she cut into 4 pieces. One for her, one for the chickens, one for the dog. And I forget where the other one went.
Oh, okay.
Actually, when you add the vegetables to it, I just had it straight. It's really good.
The guacamole, right? As a steak.
You gotta have, but you gotta have the other piece.
You know, I mean, garlic and onion, it just tastes everything like garlic and onion. Now you can actually taste some flavor.
I get it. It's more delicate.
Yeah. And especially if you come out of a fast and your digestion is a little bit sensitive. And for me, oh wow, that guacamole went quick.
Yeah, but it's the extra onion, the extra avocado.
I was like, oh, that's too little for us. So many people eat it. They gotta enjoy themselves.
The last 2 weeks, you had like 5 people eating.
Oh yeah.
When you were here? Because I was watching and I was thinking, you don't do like a teen, and I thought, oh wow. Maybe they don't know me good. So they're not practicing.
Yes. Wow, very good. Thank you so much. Did you see your email?
I wanted to leave you my email. I watched you from my room.
Oh, good.
But I got interrupted. So one of these I didn't see what you did. Oh, it was the tomato. What did you do?
This was just tomato and the serrano pepper. That's it. And I put it in the food processor.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. It's very, very simple. It was messy here.
Unfortunately, I watched somebody walk through and double dip all the way through. I thought, seriously? Double dip. It's like take a bite.
Oh,
and use the one
wow.
you bid, and then take another one.
Maybe I should not let
You
everyone.
said get a plate. And that was what
I know, but I should maybe control it better.
Oh my God, what are you thinking? Anyway, it was unwise. Just sat there wearing one.
Oopsie. Oh, well, I have to pay more attention to that, yeah. Well, I don't have
I
time.
just looked down on everybody and it was like,
Uh-oh.
if I would have been here, I smelled it.
So, what are you gonna end up?
You're not gonna die.
You're not gonna throw this out, right?
Throw this out? What do you mean? No, I'm not gonna waste nothing. But you can eat as much as you want. You take as much as you want. Yes, this is yeah. I have another piece too.
Okay. If everybody else is done with it, I'll go for that whole.
Or I have another one here. Yes.
You want that half, and she'll take half, and I'll take half.
And I got some more berries here too.
Wow.
No, I'll eat all the rest. But you know what?
I can eat raw today. So
Right?
yesterday and today, so it's like, oh my gosh, this is really good. Papaya is really good. My other experience was no, not at all.
I don't think I've ever much before. This is amazing.
Yeah.
You like it?
I've done raw before, never felt better.
Yeah, right.
It's so hard to stand up when you're around other people.
But this is sustainable if you eat a lot of fruit and a lot of things lovely food. You know, then it gets sustainable.
This turned out really, really good.
Right?
It wasn't an experiment.
It wasn't as bad.
We were watching from
Good
the
job.
movie. It wasn't clear.
You want to leave your email for me?
I did.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's the hummus, right?
Yes. Did you like it?
That was the one that
I mean, it's not bad. But I usually like it with sun roasted to make it a little more creamy.
None of this is bad alive.
Right? I mean, at least it tastes fresh and healthy.
So you eat only raw?
Yes.
You're taking.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Today's
It's an
easy.
acquired taste.
Good. The hummus?
It's really fascinating. I love your sprout demo. I realize I've been successful with sprouts because I have the right seed.
Yeah, that is sometimes it's really the problem. It can be frustrating, but don't give up. Start with simple brown lentils.
Your first day of fasting, are you feeling fasting? All right.
Yeah, but if you get these lentils,
Good
you
for
definitely
you.
will
I was
sprout.
able to come to the
All of them.
too.
And they're so. I
What
love
else
that
do you? What
problem.
else do you?
I'm curious.
I put them just in my salad. I don't have to blend them up. I just add them to my salads.
Yeah.
Well, that was popular.
I was just
You can also chop them. You can chop them with cauliflower rice if you want.
It didn't bother me.
You want more of the papaya?
No, I'm okay, I shouldn't have it. I'm stretching my hand. This is on my third day of cake.
Oh, okay.
It turned out to be 30 with the juice.
Well, I did not have any nuts and seeds, no onions and garlic, just because of that.
Water.
Thank you. It's been really fun to be here.
Yeah, last time I used garlic, and well,
I love garlic. I grow garlic.
it's just too much for me. I don't know. And then
I think it has antibacterial qualities.
Yeah, it
Like,
is
you know,
good.
it's food is medicine, just like this is food. But it's interesting that you share that you have fruit in the morning as a carbo instead of toast.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a lot of fruit, lots of fruit. Like 700 up to 1,000 calories or
And you have a lot
more.
of energy.
Yeah, I have a lot of energy. I go to the gym without even eating anything, and then I eat
That's
later.
usually what
I
I try to
have
do, because otherwise my body's trying to do two things.
whatever, it's really light, like fruits, like a protein shake.
My thing is I have to get on here.
Oh, let's
Well, there's somebody talking about meatloaf, it's brand, it's cashew. And I love dairy, so that, you know, like dairy, cheese.
Yeah, it's one of the things that are in there that makes it addictive.
Well, that's true, and the inflammation.
Did you want to fast? Yeah, so you might get rid of it.
That's what I was,
Well, I had a lot of work that I have a very bum knee and ankles that Dr. Kisner was working on, but, excuse me, I'm just really happy that I had so much healing here as well, in the interior.
Yeah. Yeah, just don't resist it a little bit longer, and you'll be completely off of it. And then you'll say like, oh, well, how can
You're talking
I?
about, you're talking about.
Yeah, dairy and all this.
Well, you know, when you were Bridget was really cute, and she said, you don't need a cow to eat that.
Happy cow.
Thank
Can
you.
be your own happy cow.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Everyone. All right, guacamole with bacon.
So thank God I came to the supervisor.
The other thing is I eat food, and I know it's really good for me, and I know it's in it, then I get this mental energy, because I'm eating for like health, not just taste.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, but then you realize, wow, it's the joy of eating becomes even more. I mean, it's
Well,
your
it's
taste
also
buds
having the
change.
time to really sit and eat it, because, you know, rushing with the next thing to do, it's like giving yourself extra time to like ease into the meal, really savor it, and you know, appreciate that you went through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have you been eating raw all your life?
8 years, you know.
Okay.
Not all my life, no. I ate everything for 8 years.
Well, thank you,
Thank you.
and thanks for the YouTube share.
before lunch, yeah, have fun.
Yeah.